Myst. Warriors. Warriors in the fifth of the high caste, meaning they're on the bottom, are responsible for the defense of Gore. Color scarlet. I call it red, but women call it scarlet. Oh well. They are trained from a young age in all forms of combat, including hand-to-hand weapons and mounted warfare. In Gore, that in Second Life Gore, that's very, very true. They do mounted hand-to-hand and weapons. They're expected to be physically fit and strong. They must be able to endure hardships and pains. Warriors are seen as symbols of strength and power, which is very, very true. Additional details about the caste. The Gorian term for warrior is raris, and that's usually what you're going to hear unless you have Rarai in the plural form. The conduct of war is governed by the Warriors Code, which is actually one of the strictest and most laid out codes in the Book of Gores. Why is that important for a scribe? Simply, if you have to go to court and a warrior is involved, the warrior codes will tell you if he stepped out of the bounds of what he's supposed to be doing. So every scribe should know what the warrior codes and the other codes are, but especially the warriors. They expect to be loyal to their clan and to their homestone. They can rise to high positions in the government, such as the position of Ubar. My personal opinion is the problem with making a warrior an Ubar is they're not trained in law. They're usually not trained in administration. So what you have is a warrior who primarily is trained to do war, suddenly promoted to administering a city and having no background in it. Um, that's why I really now Ubar is technically a military position, but the fact of the matter is, what they usually do is tend to make proclamations about the direction the city's going, things like that. This is Second Life Gore, of course. And so, my own personal opinion is you should not make a new bar out of a warrior because warriors are not trained to do cities, which may explain why so many fall, to be honest. Uh, on the other issue of Ubar, according to the books, Ubars are only warriors should only be Ubars in case of war, and it's supposed to be rare and far in between. Many cities start out with Ubars leading them. It's not by the book. Go do some research in that area as a scribe. You'll find out quickly that it says if a man chooses to stay in military dictatorship, he'll eventually be overthrown, which is very real life in that area by his own warriors. So my point is that if your city's by the book, they A, will not start out with a new bar, B, it has to be in war conditions, and C, does not necessarily need to be from the warrior class. In fact, but that's my opinion. Quote, what is it to be a warrior? Is try to keep the codes. Nothing else matters. Beasts of Gord, page 340. Another quote. Steals the coinage of the warrior, says the codes. What it purchases, what pleases him. Marar Zagor, page 10. You pay for the warriors, basically. But in Second Life Gore, it's a whole different ball game, but that's beside the point. Anyway, that's it on the 5 casts. Next, we're going to look at some of the outlining casts, but not today.